Continue on with the DVD collection, and we're going to go over the bottom row in this first tower. It's going to be tier 5, I guess, because we're going down through them. But let's see, the Polar Express, another good, well, I mean, I haven't seen this, so, but it's another Christmas type movie, and it's another Tom Hanks movie. But this is animated, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know. I think it's a classic. It's probably pretty good, so I haven't seen it though, so I can't say. Secret Life of Pets, kind of a recent one. 3 mini movies. Oh, what is that? I haven't seen it. I don't know what this is. Anyway, an animated movie. Made by the same people who made like the Minions, the Despicable Me movies, I guess. And I don't know, might be alright. Garfield. It's pretty known to be a horrible movie, but I guess it's a guilty pleasure. You know, I love the cartoon Garfield when I was growing up on TV, Garfield and Friends. I also loved reading Garfield and the funny papers my grandpa would have. Huge fan of Garfield. And yeah, the movie wasn't so great, but it was in the lot, so. Narnia. Can't say I've watched this. I remember reading the book in school. I'm pretty sure, The Chronicles of Narnia. And one of those fantasy type movies. So it's a good book, and Walt Disney made this one. Walt Disney Pictures presents. I need to watch it. I was trying to think what did C.S. Lewis did. C.S. Lewis did The Ring, and I don't know who did Chronicles of Narnia. Who wrote that book? I don't know. But I thought that, you know, C.S. Lewis did The Lord of the Rings, and he's a Christian. I don't know if he tied in kind of some biblical themes into that, but I think that there's some biblical themes in this as well. But I need to watch that. The Goonies, this was in the lot, and this was another gem that, you know, I was glad to find in there. Of course, it's a classic movie. Everybody's probably seen it. You should see it if you haven't. Made by Steven Spielberg, which I didn't even remember that. I just saw that. Or Steven Spielberg Presents. Maybe he didn't direct it. I don't know. But this group of kids go on this adventure, and they wind up getting into some stuff. I don't remember a lot about the plot and stuff, but it's great. So, Little Rascals, I watched this a lot when I was a kid, this Walt Disney movie. You know, the TV show was great way back when, and this movie's pretty good. I've watched it a lot when I was younger. I loved it, so. Classic there. And Muppets from Space. So I was able to get a few different Muppets movies in the collection. Don't think I've seen this one, but again, it's the Muppets. Jim Henson. What could go wrong with that? The Jungle Book, the 40th anniversary edition. I love The Jungle Book. It's one of my favorites. It was one of the first big Walt Disney movies, I think. It wasn't their first full-length feature film, but it was really one of the early ones. I know it was a big landmark for them. I don't really know what would be my favorite Disney movie. I'd have to think about that. There's so many of them that are good. I grew up on Disney. as a lot of us did, but yeah, Jungle Book is one of them. So that was in a lot too. It's kind of like a gem. I'm glad to have that one. Fast 5. That's the Fast and Furious one they said that has Dwayne Johnson. I haven't seen it, but I know it was supposed to kind of refresh the series. It was getting kind of stale. Die Another Day, another James Bond movie that I haven't seen with Pierce Brosnan. Get to it at some point. There's a lot of James Bond movies. I didn't realize how many there were. So I think I have some of the best ones, at least 2 of the modern best ones, but Platinum Comedy Series, Dave Chappelle stand-up. This might be one of the only stand-ups that I have. I'm not sure. But I'll probably get more stand-up DVDs in the future. You know, I've seen a lot of them. I used to love the Dave Chappelle show. I guess this was in the lot, so I guess I was like, why not? I'm throwing random stuff in there. So, The Departed, I haven't seen this. A lot of good actors. Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg. I know it's rated highly. It's a Martin Scorsese film. Okay. So that makes it interesting too. I'll have to see it sometime. 1408, I saw this a long time ago. Another John Cusack movie. I said he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. I have a few of his movies. An interesting plot. I'm not sure that it was so great, but I'll have to give it a try again. It's one of those psychological thriller type movies. Kind of horror. Rock of Ages. I haven't watched this. But I don't know. It's a movie about rock and roll, I guess, so I threw it in there. Wanted. That's an interesting movie. It's pretty good. It's got Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman, James McAvoy. It's a Matrix-y type kind of movie with the action, the gun shooting, where they can like curve bullets. So yeah, I guess if you're a fan of the Matrix, you like this. It's a pretty good one. Don't Mess with the Zohan. I haven't seen it. I think it's supposed to be pretty terrible. And like I said, I like a lot of Adam Sandler's movies. Maybe this is one of the ones that is probably less liked. But I'll have to give it a watch. Elf, another Christmassy movie. I like this one a lot. I've seen it quite a few times. Will Ferrell playing an elf. He's supposed to be like one of Santa's real elves, and then he gets into the real world. It's definitely a good movie to watch during the holidays, I guess, if you're into those Christmas movies. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is one of my favorite Walt Disney ones too. I'm glad to own this again, and yeah. You know, recently that Notre Dame Cathedral burnt down. It worked on. The Prestige, haven't seen this. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Scarlett Johansson, Michael Caine, David Bowie. A lot of good actors in this one. Don't have a clue what it's about, but I threw it in there. Ice Age, haven't seen it. Another one of those animated movies, along with, you know, Open Season, whatever the other one was, you know, they're all the same, but Over the Hedge. But I guess they're supposed to be good, so I don't know. This Ebert and Robert gave it 2 thumbs up. It's gotta be good, right? National Treasure, I love Nicolas Cage. I haven't watched this before, but it was in the lot, so I guess it's kind of like your Indiana Jones type movie with Nicolas Cage. The Italian Job, haven't seen this. I didn't realize that it had Mark Wahlberg and Edward Norton. Ebert and Robert gave this 2 thumbs up. But I did know that it had Jason Stamos, or whatever his name is, yeah. Huh. Jason Statham, that's what it is. Jason Statham. I thought he was like the main part of this film. I didn't know. Looks like they're putting more of an emphasis on Mark Wahlberg. I don't know. You gotta see that. I'm sure it's good. I've heard a lot about it. Casino Royale, you know, it's supposed to be one of the really great James Bond movies, more modern one. And, you know, so it's kind of like a gem that I was able to get in the cheap movies too. Man of the Year, I haven't seen it. I don't know that it's so great. It has Robin Williams though, so I was like, why not? It's probably not good. I don't know. I don't know if I have a lot of good. There's a lot of good Robin Williams movies. Mrs. Doubtfire is one of the main ones that sticks out to me when I think about him. I've seen that a lot. I messed up this Casino Royale case. I need to fix that. It's falling apart. Tears of the Sun. I watched this when I was in rehab, and we got to watch different movies. And I remember it being pretty good with Bruce Willis. So I have it. I grabbed it kind of just for that reason that, you know, in a way it's like sentimental to me of my past, but, you know, I haven't watched it since then. But I'll have to watch it again. But yeah, it deals with war and stuff. It's a Bruce Willis action movie. Snatch is a great movie. Guy Ritchie's a great director. Brad Pitt. And I also like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And this is like a British comedy. It's like a jewelry heist or something like that. And there's just a lot of chaos and action and comedy. You know, at first, like, I didn't realize how, you know, strong some of the accents were in there. So it's kind of threw me off, but you can understand them though. Jaws, I don't know if I've ever sat through this and watched it all the way, but I picked this up at the pawn shop. I think the pawn shop has a lot of movies for like $1 when they're getting rid of them, or like $2. This one might have been for $2, but they mark them down in price after so long. But that's still a decent price for a movie. I mean, Jaws is a classic, so obviously it's Steven Spielberg, and yeah. I need to sit through and watch it though. Goodfellas, I seen that a long time ago. And that's a Martin Scorsese film. Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. One of those mobster type movies. It is really good though. And you know, when I think of Ray Liotta a lot, I think about him in the movie Blow, and he's like the drug dealer's father. It's really good in that. He's great in this. He's great in everything. I mean, he was in the Gremlins episode in the Twilight Zone too, and he's a great actor. So Robert De Niro was good before he was crazy. Joe Pesci makes me think of the Saturday Night Live Joe Pesci skits. Thor Ragnarok, I saw this in theater, and I love that movie. That's up there with some of my top favorite comic book movies because it has Jeff Goldblum in it. It has a lot of action, a lot of comedy, great soundtrack, and you know, this movie stands alone. You don't even have to watch the other Thor movies. You can enjoy this because I didn't. So the villain in it is awesome. So just really good. It's got the Hulk in it. So that's it for the bottom tier here. So yep, that's it.